Thank you, ladies. Good job. Well, if you watched the morning show in the last, how many years? 20?
20 at least.
Yeah, Dr. David Chiarella is a fixture on there. This is like a little flashback for us.
It's like Yogi Berra says, deja vu all over again.
Except for it's not 6:30 in the morning on a Thursday for once. Yeah, this is nice. We brought him in to talk a little bit, and you're a child psychologist, not a psychiatrist.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yes, there is.
I just don't know the answer to that.
Well, there is a difference. Psychiatrists went to medical school and then do residency. Psychologists get their PhD. Psychologists do more therapy. Psychiatrists tend to prescribe more medication.
There you go. See, I know I'm not the only one that didn't know that, by the way. Okay, so we brought him in because we're getting ready to go back to school.
Right.
And it's been a wild time the last couple of years for the kids.
Unbelievable time for everybody.
What are you seeing?
Well, I see a lot of frustration. I mean, there was a great deal of frustration. The quarantine left kids isolated, socially withdrawn, depressed. There was a tremendous academic slide. Kids need to be in school. They need to be in person in school. And so looking at what's going on now with the Delta variant and increasing COVID cases, you know, people are just becoming increasingly more tense, anxious, and frustrated at looking at having to wear masks again, and social distance, all of that stuff. So it's like we had a little break, and now we're kind of upticking again, and that anxiety and tension is increasing.
Do they understand that, or is it because we get anxious that they get anxious?
I think it's a little bit of both, but a lot of it is just parents. And one of the things that I say parents is, you know, you just try to stay calm, stay focused, and look for a plan. You know, get some perspective. Most parents, if they plan and they're prepared, then they will feel less anxious and their kids will feel less anxious.
That's going to bring me to a question in a little bit. My kids are going back. They're going to be in school the whole time. Is there anything I need to do to prepare them for that, or is that something like riding a bike and they just get it?
Well, I think most kids are going to just get it, you know, and I think as parents what you can do is let's talk about how nice it's going to be back in school. You know, let's talk about the exciting thing, the positive things. And, you know, and if they say, well, mommy or daddy, do I have to wear a mask? Well, you know, we'll figure that out, but we'll make a decision, and you won't have to worry about that. That's a decision that we're going to make. That
was what I was going to ask you. I just talked to my daughter last night. She's 11, about wearing a mask. I said, what do you want to do? Because masks in our school district are optional. Should I, and her answer was, well, I'm going to see what everybody else does.
Sure.
So that's what an 11-year-old does. Should I be making the decision for them, or should I let them?
I say for an 11-year-old, I think you should. I mean, if you feel as a parent that it's in her best interest to wear a mask, then I think you say to her that, you know, we've decided, Mom and I, that you're going to wear a mask. I know you may not be happy about that, but at least for the short term, for right now, you're going to wear a mask, and then we'll think about it and maybe reevaluate.
Yeah. And probably tell the teacher to make sure that we follow through. She follows through on it.
Right.
Yeah. Let me ask you then about planning, because you talked about planning. There's a chance that this could all go south and everybody could come home again.
Right.
Should I be planning for that with my son or daughter? Should I let them know that? Or should I just let them go and what they don't know doesn't hurt them?
I think probably the younger kids, I would just kind of let them go. You know, and you know, I think if you want to prepare kids for going to back, again, I want to talk about the positive things. Like, hey, you're going to be seeing your friends. You're going to get to be with your teacher, so on and so forth. And if they ask you, like, Daddy, is it possible that we might have to go on quarantine again or go online again? And then I think you'd say, well, we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see what happens. You know, is that a possibility? Yes. Is it probable? Probably not.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming over.
Good to be seen again.
We appreciate it. Dr. David Chiarella, if you'd like to get a hold of him, how do they do so?
They can call 330-856-1963.
All right. When we come back, we're going to talk a little about lemonade, which would be great at a fire pit
Exactly.
on an 83-degree day. And also, we're going to play the name game after this break.